Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about a type of Dungeons and Dragons participant. This video is in a playlist. You don't need to watch that playlist to understand this video, but if you want to know other types of Dungeons and Dragons participants, if you want to know all types of Dungeons and Dragons participants, check the playlist. So today we're going to talk about an extremely unusual type of Dungeons and Dragons participant, which is a Doppo. Doppo, and it stands for, and that is my neologism, to name quickly, succinctly, effectively name this type of Dungeons and Dragons participant. So what is a Doppo? It's a destroying opposer, someone who literally seeks to destroy, strike from existence Dungeons and Dragons. And what is truly, truly astounding is there have been two types in 50 years. So in 1983, there were a whole bunch of evangelical Christians, people of faith, who said, hey, you are not allowed to write, read, own, do Dungeons and Dragons, period, end of sentence. And then they said, bring your Dungeons and Dragons books to this pyre, throw them on the pyre so they can be burned, right? And those people were legit dedicated to destroying Dungeons and Dragons. That was in 1983. At the very beginning of 2023, people of non-faith, atheists and agnostics to the last, right, came to destroy Dungeons and Dragons again. And this time they said, you are not allowed to do, write, own, read Dungeons and Dragons. And the reason why is Hasbro tried to change the OGL, so you must bring your digital books to us. If you have a D&D Beyond account, if you have a D&D Beyond account, delete it. Delete your account. Doesn't matter that you paid $700 for a bundle with every digital book in it. Digitally burn your books. Two distinct destroying opposers, right? And you're like, Scott, if they want to end Dungeons and Dragons, how are they participating in Dungeons and Dragons? Boy, oh boy, do these people put the hot sauce on the taco. Nothing makes things more attractive to the world than to tell them that you can't do it, right? But what's really incredible is that both atheists, agnostics, and highly devout Christians, all zealots, so non-faith zealots and faith zealots, both in exactly the same way, literally using the same words. Dungeons and Dragons be gone, D&D be gone, right? Both shouted the same chant from 1983 to 2023, cried it out in the streets, and both burned books. Incredible. Now you're like, Scott, these guys are participants? Yes, very much so, right? So they're very aware of Dungeons and Dragons, and they spread a ton of information about Dungeons and Dragons. And you're like, wait, Scott, isn't that misinformation? This is America. There's no difference between fame and infamy. So these destroying opposers really fuel Dungeons and Dragons powerfully fuel Dungeons and Dragons, and make Dungeons and Dragons incredibly attractive to people who absolutely love to do whatever you tell them not to do. And so, so having both faith-based destroying opposers and atheist and agnostic destroying opposers, I'm telling you, if you believe for 1 second that Dungeons and Dragons is a game, do you see anybody saying burn your copies of Monopoly or any other game for that matter? Is really it's pretty astounding. So Doppo, a type of Dungeons and Dragons participant. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I can hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.